Hi guys, my name is Marina and I wrote the book and program, the Demodex Solution. I wanted to speak today about how to kill Demodex mites. There are numerous videos out there that do provide information as to how, but these are some new methods and new research that we have found. If Demodex mites are a new subject to you, they are a microscopic parasite that lives in our hair and skin follicle 24 hours of the day. We have it on us consistently, depending on our immunity and immune response. It may be harder to find it on a microscope if you are a healthy individual. If you have an autoimmune condition or if you're on immunosuppressants, then it is a lot easier to detect those mites because they come in larger populations on your skin. In normal numbers, they are harmless, but overpopulation, which is called demodicosis, can lead to a lot of skin issues like rosacea, itching, blepharitis. To stop an active Demodex infestation, you need to effectively kill the mites and prevent their spread. In this video, I wanted to cover what research shows about killing Demodex mites. This is actual research-backed evidence that shows how Demodex mites are killed quickly. A single Demodex mite's life cycle is about 14 to 18 days from egg to adult. An individual mite can live several weeks before it dies. This means any treatment may need to continue for multiple weeks to cover the entire life cycle and ensure all generations eliminated. Hence my 90-day the Demodex Solution program. We have to kill in sections. So the optimal condition for a Demodex mite is a moderate temperature. They reproduce and survive best at 16 to 20 Celsius. They can even last longer at cooler temperatures around 5 degrees Celsius. In fact, lower temperatures help them survive longer. So one study found that 5 degrees Celsius was an ideal maintenance temperature where a mite lived the longest. In contrast, very high or very low temperatures are harmful for the mite. So anything lower than that is harmful. Anything higher, we will speak to that. Outside of the body, Demodex are vulnerable, but they can survive for days under the right conditions. They may only live a few hours in a dry, low nutrient environment. However, if they have access to oils or nutrients, for example, used combs, pillowcases, or towels, they can remain alive for at least 72 hours, 3 days at room temperature. Some sources report they survive up to 5 days or more in laboratory settings when kept at 15 to 25 degrees Celsius with a supply of human serum as food. So what is lethal and how do we kill them instantly is a question. The answer to that is heat, which is essentially desiccating and destroying the mites rapidly, especially in dry conditions. An example for that could be washing or drying clothes or bedding on high heat, as often recommended to eliminating those mites. An example of that would be washing or drying clothes or bedding on high heat. Bottom line is that Demodex mites live about 2 to 3 weeks on your skin, but they can linger for days on oily objects in your environment. They hate extreme heat or cold, but room temperature is comfortable for them. This means you want to use a high heat or effective chemical to kill them and maintain good hygiene to remove any stragglers from your surroundings. What were the laboratory findings? What really killed the mites and what didn't? They did a test on common disinfectants, which wasn't actually enough, and surprisingly, many standard antiseptics and cleansers don't quickly kill them. In one study, Demodex mites were placed in solutions like 75% alcohol, 10% povidone iodine, and baby shampoo, and the mites survived for over 150 minutes in these conditions. So prescription treatments, they were effective, and there are mite-killing medications that do work. Two well-known medications are ivermectin, permethrin. Ivermectin, a parasitic drug used orally as a topical cream, and permethrin, which is a topical insecticide cream, often used for scabies, have both shown good efficacy in killing the mites. However, both can significantly reduce the population, but there are massive side effects that I do address in my book from these conditions. So it can cause a lot of skin irritation or redness in people. And oral ivermectin, for example, may cause dryness, mild burning, or in rare cases, systemic side effects because we are ingesting them. They are safe, but we shouldn't be ingesting them if there are natural alternatives or solutions available. We know that tea tree oil is potent with Demodex mites. It's a very good remedy for them, but we have to be cautious because it is extremely drying. So a long-term prevention and management for mites would to sanitize your bedding and clothing. So washing sheets, towels, any clothing that touches your skin in hot water, at least 54 Celsius or higher if possible. So doing this frequently, at minimum pillowcase every 2 to 3 days, daily if you can while infestation is active. You can also add tea tree oil or a mild bleach to wash as an extra measure. Another thing is not sharing personal items. Mites can transfer via contact, so avoid sharing pillows, towels, hats, makeup brushes, or combs with others during treatment especially. We don't want to pass them along to someone who is also immunocompromised, and it can cause an overgrowth for them. Another environmental measure is very important. As mentioned, in a household setting, mites on your skin can get onto upholstery, bed linens, plush toys. Sunlight is a natural mite deterrent, so UV and heat from sunlight can help. If possible, leave pillows or cushions in direct sun for a few hours periodically. Vacuum surfaces where applicable. For items that can't be washed, consider using a garment steamer or iron to apply heat to the surface. Always be cautious and avoid damaging fabrics with excessive heat though. I would recommend also for yourself to go to a sauna on a daily basis for about 20-30 minutes. On it, in and out, to disinfect your body as well from mites, and that can get rid of them. It's known within 1 minute they were killed in high heat above 54 Celsius. So you want to go to the sauna to disinfect, and that is very beneficial. Demodex mites will die out in the environment if they don't find a host, usually within a couple days if there's no food, or which is the oil. And a rule of thumb, if you can set aside an item for at least 3 days, any mites on it may starve and die. As an example, you can use a tea tree oil based spray or other mite killing sprays on mattresses or furniture. And some companies produce anti-Demodex sprays, laundry detergents, and so forth as well for bedding. The number one thing that would kill mites in 1 minute would be sauna. Putting them through, let's say washing your bedding in anything above 54 Celsius and on high temperature, high heat in a dry environment. And for yourself as well, going into a dry sauna for about 20 minutes a day would be very effective, as well as getting sunlight on your skin and putting your bedding outside. I hope this video helped. I hope the information you will utilize and put action into it. Please comment, subscribe so we can produce more of this content and we can educate others and bring awareness to the subject. Thank you, everyone.